What will you do better tomorrow? It's not complicated. It's just honest, and most people won't do it. Why? Because it forces them to face their own patterns. It reveals whether they're moving forward or just spinning in place. But here's the power: reflection creates clarity. Clarity creates improvement. And improvement creates results. Now once you've reflected, don't stop there. Next step: refine. What can be tightened? What can be removed? What can be added, improved, upgraded, simplified? You don't need to overhaul your life every week. You just need to tweak the process little by little. Because excellence isn't a giant leap. It's a series of small intelligent corrections over time. Think of it like this: airplanes are off course 90% of the time, but they constantly adjust. And guess what? They still land exactly where they're supposed to. Why? Because they reflect, refine, and repeat. And that's your formula. Now every hour you invest in yourself, reflect on it, refine it, repeat it tomorrow just a little better. Do that for a week, you'll notice a shift. Do that for a month, people will notice. Do it for a year, your life will never be the same. Because those who learn from experience grow slow, but those who learn from evaluated experience, they grow fast, they grow strong, they grow wise. So don't just live your life, examine it, shape it, elevate it, reflect, refine, repeat. That's how you go from ordinary to exceptional. 1 hour of health a day keeps the doctor away. Let me tell you something that most people forget: your body is not just a vehicle. It's the engine of your life. And if the engine fails, it doesn't matter how big your dreams are. It doesn't matter how clear your goals are. It doesn't even matter how much money is in your account. Because when health breaks down, everything slows down. You see, the body and the mind are connected. You can't think straight when you're tired. You can't lead when you're weak. You can't build when you're burnt out. So what do? We invest 1 hour a day in the most important machine you'll ever own, your body. Now listen, I'm not saying you need to be a bodybuilder. I'm not saying you need to run marathons. But I am saying you need to move. You need to breathe. You need to stretch. You need to sweat. Because when you honor your health, you elevate your energy. And when your energy goes up, your results go up with it. Let me say that again. Energy is the fuel for achievement. Want more focus? Move. Want more drive? Sweat. Want more peace? Breathe deeply. And the best part, it doesn't take all day. 1 focused hour, that's it. Walk in the morning, stretch your body, do some yoga, lift some weights. Or simply step outside and get the sun on your face and the air in your lungs. Because here's a gym ran truth: take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. Now let me give you a warning: neglect is quiet at first. A few skipped workouts, a few too many processed meals, a few extra hours sitting in that chair. And suddenly, the body starts breaking down, not all at once, but slowly, silently, until one day the price shows up. In the doctor's bill, in the energy crash, in the missed opportunity you weren't strong enough to grab. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. So take the hour. Protect the hour. Use it to build your strength, not just your skills. Because you can't give your best if you're running on empty. You can't lead others if you can't even lift yourself. And you can't live your purpose if you're constantly managing pain. So starting today, treat your health like your future depends on it. Because it does. 1 hour a day to walk, to stretch, to fuel, to rest, to keep the doctor away and success close. Build a fortune in the quiet hour. Let me tell you something important. Profits are better than wages. Wages make you a living, but profits, they make you a fortune. And to build profits, you don't need 10 hours a day. You don't need a team. You don't even need permission. You need 1 hour, 1 quiet hour. Now, most people get home from work and they shut down. They say, I've done enough. So they sit, scroll, watch, and wonder why nothing changes. But that quiet hour, right before bed, right after dinner, that's your chance. It's your space to build something that's yours. Not for your boss, not for your paycheck, but for your future. In that hour, you can start your side business. You can learn a new skill. You can write. You can plan. You can sell. You can build. You don't need a fancy office. You don't need a perfect setup. You just need a little hunger and 1 hour that you don't give to the world. Now let me be honest, the results won't come in a day. But that's not the goal. The goal is momentum. 1 hour a day, 5 hours a week, 260 hours a year. That's not small. That's massive. That's a product launched. That's a brand started. That's a future created. But only if you treat the hour like treasure. Not as time to waste, but time to build. You don't build wealth with wishes. You build it with work. quiet, focused, consistent work when no one's watching. And here's the best part. If you do that long enough, one day you'll look up and realize something. That little hour built your confidence, built your income, built your independence. And it started when you made one simple decision to stop wasting the quiet hour and start using it to build your fortune. Relationships built 1 hour at a time. Now let's talk about something most success books leave out: relationships. Because what good is a fortune? What good is a strong body, a sharp mind, a big bank account if you don't have people to share it with? Success without connection is empty. You don't build a good life just by building businesses or habits. You build a good life by building people, and that takes time, that takes care, that takes presence. But here's the good news: just like you grow wealth with 1 quiet hour, you grow relationships the same way, 1 hour at a time, 1 hour of real conversation, 1 hour of listening, not just hearing, 1 hour of putting the phone down and looking someone in the eyes. You see, people don't remember what you said, they remember how you made them feel, and they feel it when you give them time. Now, I'm not asking for 10 hours a week. I'm not asking you to become a therapist. All I'm saying is give someone in your life your full attention for just 1 hour, your spouse, your child, your parent, your mentor, your friend. And don't just sit in the same room, be there. Ask questions, share stories, laugh a little, or just sit together and be quiet, because presence is powerful. Let me tell you what happens when you do this. Trust starts to grow, walls begin to fall, love multiplies, and connection deepens. It doesn't take a fancy dinner or a big trip. It takes 1 hour of your heart with no distractions. And I'll say this, the people who know how to build great relationships, they always win in the long run, because in the storms of life, and they will come, money won't hold your hand, success won't hug you, but relationships will. So schedule that hour, make it intentional, because if you don't invest in people, you'll wake up one day surrounded by things but feeling completely alone. And here's the truth: a rich life is measured in memories, not just milestones. And memories are made in moments, moments like this, moments that begin with just 1 hour. So the next time you think about success, remember this. Don't just build your future, build your people. And do it 1 hour at a time. Stack your hours, stack your future. You've heard it before. Success is built one step at a time. Well, I'll say it a little differently. Success is built 1 hour at a time. 1 hour of discipline, 1 hour of learning, 1 hour of building, 1 hour of investing in your mind, your body, your future. Now, here's the problem: most people underestimate what 1 hour a day can do. They say, it's just an hour. What difference does it make? Let me show you the math. 1 hour a day, that's 7 hours a week. That's over 300 hours a year. That's more than 7 full-time work weeks. Now ask yourself, what could you do with 7 full-time weeks focused only on growth? You could write a book, learn a high-value skill, build a business, change your health, master your mindset, or even rebuild your life. But you don't do it in a rush. You do it by stacking the hours one on top of another, each one building on the last, brick by brick, quiet, steady, strong. That's how a future is built, not in a burst of energy, but in consistent effort. Now here's the secret. Small disciplines don't stay small. They expand, they multiply, they shape who you become. Every time you show up for that hour, you're casting a vote for your future. You're saying, I'm not wasting my life. I'm not waiting on luck. I'm building something that matters. And that decision made daily creates momentum. It creates confidence. It creates results. Because when you add up the hours, you add up the progress. And when you add up the progress, you start changing your identity. You go from someone who waits to someone who builds. Now listen, there will be days you miss it. That's okay. You're human. But don't let a missed hour turn into a missed week or a missed year. Always come back, get back to stacking, because time is passing either way. And one day, the question won't be, did you dream big? It'll be, did you use your hours wisely? So stack them, protect them. And one day, you'll look up and realize you didn't just change your habits, you changed your life. When 1 hour turns into a new you, you started with just 1 hour, 1 hour of learning, 1 hour of building, 1 hour of reflecting, 1 hour for your health, 1 hour for your future. At first, it felt small, almost invisible, like nothing was happening. But day by day, hour by hour, something was happening. You are becoming someone new, not overnight, not by accident, but by decision. Because here's a truth you can count on, Zay. You don't change your life in one leap. You change your life one consistent hour at a time. The hour you showed up when it wasn't easy. The hour you chose growth over comfort. The hour you practiced instead of postponed. The hour you listened, loved, focused, created. And those hours, they did something powerful. They rewired your mind. They reshaped your habits. They rebuilt your confidence. 1 hour at a time, you started to believe in yourself again. You began to trust your word. You proved to yourself that it isn't just a word, it's a lifestyle. And the best part, you didn't need to change everything. You just needed to change one thing: how you use your time. That was the turning point, because if you can control 1 hour, you can eventually control your day. And if you can control your day, you can shape your future. So here's what I want you to remember: success is not luck. It's not mystery. It's not magic. It's discipline applied daily. And that discipline, it doesn't take everything you've got. It just takes 1 hour every day, without fail, without excuses. And one day, you'll look in the mirror and realize you didn't just change your schedule, you changed your identity. You became the kind of person who shows up, who follows through, who lives intentionally, who walks in purpose, who builds with wisdom. And that is the new you, all from 1 hour. So keep it up, stay consistent, protect the hour, respect the process, because it's not just how you spend your time, it's how you shape your life. Start today, not tomorrow. Now you've heard it all: the habits, the hour, the truth. So what's next? I'll tell you: start today, not tomorrow, because tomorrow is a promise. Today is a decision. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the right mood. Don't wait for the new year or Monday or some perfect moment that never shows up. Just start. Pick 1 hour, claim it, schedule it, protect it, like your future depends on it. Because it does. You don't have to be great. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to be willing to show up. Remember this: change doesn't happen when you know what to do. Change happens when you do what you know. You've got the map now. You've got the steps. You've got the power. So don't walk away from this video just feeling inspired. Walk away activated. Decide right now, today, what hour will you take back? What will you build? Who will you become? Because if you give 1 hour a day to growth, to purpose, to vision, to health, to people, to your future, 1 year from now, you'll be living a life you once only imagined. So start today, not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. 1 hour, one decision, one new you. Let that be your story. This entire journey, built hour by hour, brings us to a powerful realization that transformation doesn't come from grand declarations or once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. It comes from the quiet, consistent, intentional use of time. 1 single hour, when used wisely, becomes the seed of an entirely new identity. You started with a choice, a simple but courageous decision to take back control of just 60 minutes a day. And from that choice, growth began. You began to reflect honestly on your actions, refine your approach with intelligence, and repeat that effort with commitment. Each day, each hour, brought you a step closer to the person you were meant to become. In the moments of discipline, you built character. In the quiet hour of learning, you sharpened your mind. In the focused hour of movement, you recharged your body. In the still hour spent with loved ones, you repaired and nurtured your relationships. And when no one was watching, in that hour you devoted to building your dream. You laid the foundation of a future you once only imagined. These hours may have seemed small, insignificant at times, but together they shaped a life of purpose, health, impact, and connection. There's a silent truth to greatness. It is rarely loud. It does not announce itself. It builds quietly behind the scenes, in the choices we make when no one's clapping, when no one's watching. That's what you've been doing. You chose not to wait for the perfect moment, not to delay for the right motivation, not to let another day slip by in excuses. You chose to begin. You committed to consistency over intensity, wisdom over distraction, and discipline over delay. That 1 hour became your anchor, your reminder, your ritual. Now imagine where you'll be in a year, not from giant changes but from this quiet daily devotion. Imagine the strength you'll gain, the clarity you'll carry, the confidence you'll radiate, not because you had it all figured out, but because you kept showing up. You used time as your ally, not your enemy. You didn't let the clock slip away in mindless habits. You claimed it, and in doing so, you claimed your future. So this is your reminder. Never underestimate the power of an hour. You don't need more time. You just need to master the time you already have. You don't need permission. You only need the decision. And you don't need to change everything, just one thing. Show up. Choose the hour. Protect the hour. Build with it. Heal with it. Lead with it. because 1 hour of intention repeated daily is enough to rewrite your entire story. In the end, success isn't a mystery, it's a rhythm. It's not reserved for the lucky, it's earned by the consistent. And that consistency starts with you, right now, choosing again and again to show up for the life you deserve, 1 hour at a time. So as you walk away from this message, don't just feel inspired, be committed. Start today, not tomorrow. Let 1 hour change everything.